Hi there. We have now decided where our heel is going to be placed. We've put our needles in top and bottom and left that strip of stitches alone in the middle. Now we're actually going to snip these stitches and pull them out. We're going to leave 2 stitches in on either end, but the rest of them are going to go. Now I have 36 stitches here, so we're going to go to the middle, which is around stitch 18. I'll cut between the 18th and 19th stitch. What you're going to need is some scissors that have a really sharp point. Okay, now it's not going to let me zoom in on these. Maybe it will. But these scissors have a nice sharp point. And then you're going to want a tapestry needle as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sock. I'm going to count across to the 18th spot. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18. So here's between 18 and 19. So this is where I'm going to cut. Okay. So I'm going to take my scissors, I've pulled it a little bit there so that it's popping out, and then I'm going to take my nice sharp-ended scissors and snip. That's the hardest part. Once you snip, breathe a sigh of relief. The hard part is over, and then you can pull some stitches. Now I put my hand right up inside the sock so that I can pull it and stretch it and do what I need to do to get those stitches out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that spot where I cut, and I'm going to start to pull out these stitches. And that's what this tapestry needle is going to be for. I find it tends to make the process go a little bit easier. A knitting needle would work too. Probably not the one that's attached to your socks because that's going to be a little bit tricky. But you're going to pull these stitches out and you're going to end up with a nice long tail. Well, it won't be super, super long. It'll be a couple inches long. And we'll go from there. Now on each side of my 18 stitches, I'm going to pull out 16 stitches. So I'm not going to pull them all out. I'm going to leave 2 stitches on either end. Those stitches are going to close the gap where I add in my heel. Often you'll find in hand knit socks there's a hole where the heel and the actual sock meet. And we're going to try to avoid that. Now sometimes you may have caught part of your yarn and not all of the yarn, and so it doesn't want to come through nicely. That's what's happening to me here. So you just got to gently ease it in. There we go. So now I just keep going with this. Pulling these stitches out. You can see having your hands in between on the inside, separating these, makes it a little bit easier to pull the stitches. So I'm going to keep going until I get to the very end of the stitches. Alright, so I shouldn't say the very end. I'm going to leave 2 stitches in. So 1, 2. So this can come out. And this can come out. And then I've got 1, 2 stitches left. I'm going to pull this out as well. So now I've got my 2 stitches left in there. And then I've got this tail and an opening. I'm going to now do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to do this all over again on the other sock. And I'll see you when that's done.